What is going on, everybody? We are back with another review, and this time we are reviewing the Twilight Zone Season 1, Episode 15, I Shot an Arrow into the Air. Before we move any further, please remember to check the link in the description below. That'll take you over to the Patreon, where you will be able to get everything a full week early, at least for now, until I completely fall behind, which will inevitably happen, because that is life. Anyways... So, as far as giving you a rundown of what basically happens. So, the Arrow is a spaceship that is supposed to be going into space. And there's a crew of 8 on this spaceship, and it launches. NASA seems to lose track of them, and we find out that it crashes on an asteroid where it's all rocky, and that's it. Almost half of the crew does die. 4 people die. One is dying, and then the other 3 are alive and well. The other 3 that are alive and well are the captain, Corey. Was it Corey? I think it was Corey. Was his name? And then some other guy. I don't know. So they decide that they're trying to. The captain is trying to keep one of the guys alive. The guy that's barely living alive by giving him water. Corey is not too pleased. He's like, he's already dying. There's no reason to give him water. And everybody's like, yo, we still need to try. And Corey's like, no. Don't give him my water. Which causes an argument. So once nightfall finally happens, they decide that they're going to go trek and look for some things. Corey's the only one that comes back because Corey and the other guy leave together. The captain stays at the campsite. Corey comes back alone with what appears to be more water than what he left with, according to the captain. Corey is basically like, hey, I found him, the other guy, dead. So I decided that I am going to... Or I took his water. If he's dead, he has no reason to have no need for it. And then I came back here. So the captain grabs a gun, grabs Corey's gun, and marches him out. And he's like, "You're going to show me where the body is." So they go. They find. They get to the eventually get to the point where Corey's at, or where the guy that was with Corey is at. Was supposed to be at. Along the way, he almost attacks the captain. But he stops himself. And, oh, by the way, this was directed by Stuart Rosenberg, based on a story by Madeline Champion, teleplay was written by Rod Serling. And it aired January 15th, 1960. Sorry, I missed that. But once they get to the location where the guy was like, yo, this is where he was at, he was gone. So they walk forward a little bit and eventually find that the other guy had crawled to another location. So they go to where the dude crawled and they talk to him. They're like, hey, how you doing? How are things? The guy puts his gun down, which is always a stupid move. The guy draws what looks like an H. The captain starts to climb the mountain. Corey points the gun at him, and he's like, look, two of us can survive 5 days, one of us can survive 10 days, and I still want a chance. So he shoots the captain, kills the captain. And I'd been saying this whole time, they needed to kill Corey, because Corey was a bad person. He's just, all he thinks about is himself. So, I also, by the way, predicted the ending, because that's what I do. We move forward a little bit, and Corey starts climbing the mountains and climbs higher, and eventually gets to the point where, as he gets to the top of the peak of the tallest little mountain range, he looks over the edge, sees telephone poles, sees the sign for Reno, Nevada, and he realizes at that point they never left Earth. They crashed back into Earth, and that's why nobody has been able to find them, because everyone's looking out in space for them. No one had to die. So he killed 2 people. Probably helped in aiding and killing the third. Just so he could live longer. Just to find out that, hey, guess what? Never left Earth. Never left Earth. I think it was a fun story. I think it is. It shows how terrible people can be, and usually are. People are terrible. You'll never convince me otherwise. There are some people that do some great things. Most people are just terrible and only think for themselves or think of themselves, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, it's enjoyable. Do I think it's one of the best episodes? No. Do I think it's one of the worst episodes? No. Probably middle of the pack for me as of right now. It's definitely better than Third from the Sun. I'll give it that. I was not a fan of the last one. I'm hoping, though, that the next one is really good because it's called The Hitchhiker. And I'm wondering if it's going to be basically a retelling of the old myth, right? So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the review. Short and sweet. It's good. Be sure, if you haven't seen it, to watch it. It's decent. I won't say it's good. It's decent. Watch it. It's worth watching. So with that being said, love you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.